Sup guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's Driver. This is part 13. In the last part, Izuku did the cavalry battle with Mithra and Pyra alongside Ochiko and Hatsume, part of his team, with leaving Jin to rest up after him helping him out during the obstacle race. After finishing the cavalry battle and taking first place, Izuku was, taking his limit after feeling a rush of ether throughout his body and controlling Siren by himself, which forcing him to rest in the, recovery girl's office for the time being, and soon realizing that he's faced against Shinso. And with that said, let's get into this. As Izuku prepares for his match against Shinso, with Ojiro trying to help him out, the first Izuku's match now begins. As Izuku goes to the stadium, and right by his side is Pyra. Jin is waiting near the entrance with President Mike introducing both Izuku and Shinso. As Izuku remembers, remember Izuku, you have to not say anything. Don't talk whatsoever. If you do, he'll control your mind. As he readies himself, soon after, Midnight gives them the go to begin. As he pulls out Mithra's sword, and soon after, Shinso begins saying, seriously? You know it's really stupid for those two to actually give up their spots. As Izuku saying, ignore it and go. As he runs as fast as he can to Shinso, as he soon says, like that guy with the tail, I forgot. You were too busy resting to the nurse's office to hear this, saying that he gave up his spot for getting into here with his own skills. As Izuku hears this and stops, as he says, don't you dare say anything bad about, as he was about to finish, Pyra saying, Izuku, no, you can't! As he begins being mind controlled, as his arms are dangling, feeling lifeless, mind completely blank. As soon after saying, just as I thought. Now, as Shinso orders him to walk outside the ring, as he does this, Pyra stops Izuku, saying, Izuku, stop! Get a hold of yourself! As saying, I should expect it from a sentient quirk, as he tells Midoriya, knock her out of the way. As he prepares to use Pyra's sword, he was about to hit her as she dodges, while still trying to wake up Izuku, calling out his name constantly, shaking him as well. As soon after saying, what are you doing, Midoriya? Get rid of her and then walk outside the ring. As he begins swinging his sword constantly like crazy, not even in his proper fighting style, because he's being mind controlled. As everyone in Class 1A sees this and see you saying, oh, poor Midoriya, having to fight his own quirk, it's like him fighting against his own self. As Ochako's saying, come on, Deku, get a hold of yourself. As Ojiro's saying, damn it, we worked on this. But I forget that Midoriya is too kind for his own good, always willing to stand up for people. As Bakuyo's saying, he'll wake up, just give it a couple minutes. As Jin is still the entrance of the arena where Izuku came out of, as he thanks Pyra, Mithra, I'm entrusting you with Izuku in this fight. You know how to wake him up. You know him way better than I could. After all, two of you have been with him for almost 2 years. Don't let me down. As soon after, Pyra saying, what are you gonna do? I don't. As Mithra saying, just switch out with me. As, are you sure? Especially in his mind control, just do it, Pyra. As soon after, Mithra comes out, as she soon slaps Izuku in the face, as everyone sees this and says, wait, did Midoriya's own quirk slap him? As Aizawa was saying, it seems like it. And if anything, it's surprising. As soon after, Izuku screams out, ow! That really hurt! What the hell, Mithra? Wait, wasn't? As he soon... It's about time you woke up, idiot. Now you think you could finish this? I'm really getting tired. Because I really don't want to slap you again. Unless you really deserve it. As Izuku saying, thanks, Mithra. As she smiles and blushes, and soon goes back to herself. Just end this already, and switches back to Pyra. As Pyra saying, Izuku, I'm fine. Once again, tell Mithra I said thanks. As Shinso saying, God damn it, I did not expect that. How would somebody allow their own quirk to hurt them like that, unless it's an emitter type or physical? What the hell? As Izuku feels the link between him and Pyra, as ether begins flowing into him, as he's saying, I'm ending this now. As he runs as fast as he can at Shinso, as Shinso couldn't even react fast enough. As he tries to go in for a punch, Izuku dodges right and is right under him. As he soon just hits him with Mithra's sword, as it's not sharp, but to Shinso it feels like he's getting hit by a club that's literally on fire. As he screams out, "What the hell!" and soon pushes Shinso out of the ring entirely. As soon after, Izuku wins, with Mithra calling out his name. As everyone soon cheers for Izuku. As Izuku realized, if anything, I think I would have been just like him. I think I would have been bitter and probably hating people who are so lucky to become heroes if I didn't meet you, Pyra. As Pyra saying, Izuku. But I'm thankful, actually. I know that I could have became him, but I'm glad I didn't. As Izuku walks up to Shinso and offers his hand, as saying, "You trying to pity me, Midoriya?" As Izuku saying, "No, I'm not. Just trying to have good sportsmanship. That's all. Even after the horrible things you said." Is Shinso saying, "Fine," and grabs for Izuku's hand as Izuku lifts him up. As he tells him, Don't think I'm giving up on my dreams so easily. I will become a hero, Midoriya. Just you count on it." As soon after, Izuku smiles and says, "I look forward to it." But before realizing it, he realized that the left side of his cheek is still pretty sore after Mithra slapping him, as he still feels in pain. As Pyra saying, I am so sorry for her, Izuku. I didn't really want to. As again, she knew what had to be done. I gotta thank her for that, even if it does hurt. As for the next match, it goes just like in canon. Shoto versus again Zero. And basically Sarah being encased in a giant-ass glacier because of Shoto being annoyed and being irritated in a bad mood. As for the next match, the same as canon, Shirazu versus Denki, as, well, Kaminari loses when going over his voltage. Next match, same as canon, Hatsume versus Ida, as Ida is basically used as nothing but a promotional spokespuppet for Hatsume, and she basically giving up the match after showing off all of her support items. After that, match between Mina and Aoyama, with Mina still winning the match. Next being Kendo versus Momo. In this match, I had to say, possibly, it's hard to say. I still think that Kendo would still win in this, given that she has more combat experience, even though Momo would still try to find a way to beat her, but still. Next match is Kirishima versus Tetsu, and that one still goes into a draw as usual, with the last match being Ochako versus Bakugo. As for that match, well, I think you all can get it, but in this timeline, Ochako is way much more motivated and way much more, and gives it her all even more than usual, thanks to Izuku and even Pyra also cheering for Ochako to give it her all, with them actually giving her more of a push to keep going and keep fighting. But still, Bakugo overwhelmed her, with the next match being Izuku versus Shoto. As for this match, things got Izuku remembering what Shoto told him, that he plans on beating him without having to use his left side, to prove that he's better than his father, better than All Might. As Jin realized, you're still thinking about what Todoroki told you, I'm guessing. As Izuku saying, even without saying anything, you can read my mind pretty clear, Jin. As he tells him, you could just end this quickly. Use me in the next battle. For example, his ice attacks wouldn't do anything to me or you, due to my ability to negate any ice abilities and ice off you as well, if I link with you. As Pyra saying, I think it's a smart idea, Izuku. It gets you even further in the exam, even further. As Izuku thinks this, saying, it is smart and playing to my advantages. Todoroki may be strong, and I mean really strong, but when it comes to Jin's speed, he would be unable to keep up one bit, wearing himself down if he uses his right side throughout this entire fight. But there is the chance he could also use his left side. But even if he doesn't, I still win. Would that even be called a win? Would it even be called me beating him? Even though he's still suffering. That's just putting more salt on his wound. As Izuku thinks this and saying, I made my decision, but I'm going to need you guys to pretty much to listen to what I have to say. This is the first time I'm asking this, not as your friend, but as your driver. As the two look kind of worried, and because they know what the kind of person Izuku is. On his way to the entrance, Izuku has Pyra's sword on his back. As Jin saying, are you sure about this, Izuku? I mean, there's still chance you could. I understand how you guys feel, and all of you have the right to be worried. But right now, I think this is the only way I'm going to get through him. The only way I'm going to get him to realize what he's doing is selfish. As Pyra's saying, but does it have to be so destructive? Not just on my case, but on yours. You're risking your life on this. As Izuku saying, I know, but it will pay off. Just you wait. After that, he soon runs into Endeavor, as he soon sees Izuku and says, I seen you during the cavalry battle. You made quite the name for yourself with that light show. As Izuku saying, thank you, sir, but I need it going. You're fighting against my Shoto. I want you to make him give it everything he's got. I'm tired of him acting so rebellious. As Izuku feeling frustrated, knowing this, that he's acting rebellious because of him, and yet he doesn't know this. As Pyra saying, no disrespect, sir, but why do you think he's acting rebellious? As saying, wait, you're this kid's sentient quirk. Why would you, as Jin saying, it's pretty obvious why he's acting rebellious. It's because of his father. You're the reason why. Do you not know? As he's saying, what are you? A father should try to look after his child, but instead, you used him as nothing but a tool for your own personal gain. It sickens me, actually. And to be honest, I believe Todoroki deserves better. As Jin walks away, and Izuku smiles, with Pyra also catching up as well. As Endeavor saying, hold it right there, you little... Sorry, sir, but I don't have time to talk. I got a match to win. As he's saying, who has the... Even if a quirk or not, no one has the right to talk to me like that. As soon after, Izuku is near the entrance. As Pyra saying, are you really sure about this, Izuku? As he tells her, I'm sure about this, with a smile on his face. As he puts his sword in his hand, and he walks out. Just like before, President Mike introduces both Izuku and Shoto as they walk on the arena. As Shoto sees, what the hell is this, Midoriya? I thought, where's your quirks? As Izuku saying, I don't need them. What? As everyone's saying, what is Midoriya? I don't need them to beat you. If you're holding yourself back for everyone else, it only seems right that I do the same. As Shoto saying, what the hell are you playing at, Midoriya? As soon after, President Mike gives him the go to begin. As Shoto uses a barrage of ice, Izuku screams out, Detroit Smash! As a fire wave hits the ice full on, burning it and destroying it all at the same time, knocking Shoto somewhat back. As he realized, even without them, he has quite the power. As all the other heroes and spectators talk in the stands, Pyra and Jin begin talking about Izuku, as he's saying, the link is pretty long between the two of you. Even without you being close to him, he still has access to your flames and to his driver arts through them. As Mithra saying, I could still supply him with ether, but the farther I am, the farther he won't have the strength and speed advantage that he normally has. As Pyra nods her head, he only has access to my sword's flames and to his driver arts. After that, he he's not going to move any faster or any strength. So right now, he's giving himself one hell of a handicap right now. As Jin saying, and it's that very reason why I didn't want him doing this. Not only he'll lose, but he'll also get himself hurt in the process. Because using driver arts without having any time to rest could cause some pretty bad side effects in the process. As soon after Shoto getting more and more, barrages of ice right at Izuku as he does another Detroit smash, burning the ice quickly and pushing Shoto somewhat back as he keeps this up over and over again. As they think, even though Midoriya's got power, it looks like he's starting to wear out. Shouldn't he just get closer? I mean, he has the speed and power to do so. As Shoto realized, I get it now. Without either one of his quirks nearby, and most likely it's the reason why he can't move any faster or have immense strength that he normally has. So he was right. He is holding himself back against me. As Izuku tries to catch his breath, but is having a hard time breathing as he begins hyperventilating. As soon after Shoto's telling him, Midoriya, you really believe that you can beat me like this? It's really starting to annoy me. You're going to lose, and you know that, if you keep this up. As Izuku's saying, well, it only proves that you get a half-assed victory. If you're holding yourself back, it only makes sense I do the same. You don't deserve my full power if you're not going to do the same for me. As Shoto's saying, what is your reasoning for keeping up this madness? What? Was it my father? Did he bribe you? As Izuku's saying, like hell he did. Like what you told me, I can't respect endeavor. Not ever. So, but I want to respect you, Todoroki. I want to see what kind of hero you'll be. I know you could become the strongest hero ever with your quirk. But if you're only half-assing it just so you can prove a point, what kind of life would that be? What kind of innocence would get hurt if you hold yourself back? As Shoto's saying, shut up. You don't. As Izuku's saying, again, I don't know what you've gone through, but I do know this. You have no right to call yourself number one if you're just going to hold yourself back. As Izuku's saying, this is my perfect chance. Even though I don't have either speed or Jin's speed, I can still. As Izuku runs to him, Shoto sees this and thinks, so you're just trying to catch me off guard, so you're going to attack me? How pathetic, Midoriya. As he soon creates another ice barrage. As Izuku screams out, Texas Smash! And begins spinning in place as he becomes like a flaming tornado. As soon after, Izuku was already close to Shoto as he jumps into the air and hits Shoto full on with his sword as he knocks him to the ground, but not knocked out. As his sword is next to Shoto's shoulder, as he's saying, "Give up, Todoroki. It's over now." As he soon says, "You really think that?" As he realized, oh no, that his legs are now frozen, and that it's coming up even more and more to throughout his body. As he soon tries, I still got the link with Pyra. So now, as he screams out, "California Smash!" and jumps from the ice as his body begins engulfing in flames. As soon after, he tries to land, but he feels the pain after that, without any strength in his legs to minimize the damages as he tries to stand up from falling that high in the air. As Pyra's saying, I can't look at this. This is so wrong. I got to. As she tries running out there, Jin stops her and saying, Jin, what are you doing? You let go of me. As saying, are you sure you want to do this? Do you really want to think Izuku got this win by you feeling sorry for him? As saying, but he's just going to hurt himself like this. If this keeps up, he's going to. Then allow this. I want to see how far he's willing to go to save one person. As Pyra is looking at this, and she knows how far he's willing to go, and that's what worries her. As Izuku tries his best to ignore the pain and keeps moving forward, as Shoto uses another ice barrage, as Izuku realized, it's slower. I can dodge it a lot more easier. As he runs to Shoto and hits him with his sword again, knocking him back, but not out of the ring. As he thinks, damn it, I can't. Come on, Todoroki. Give me everything you got. We'll end it here now. As saying, what do you think I'm doing? Look at you. The entire right side of you is completely frozen over. You won't be able to beat me like this, and you know it. It's saying, just shut up. You can't. I won't. Use his left side. As Izuku runs, saying, it's your side, you dumbass, and swings his sword at him, knocking him back once more. As he tells him, it's always been your quirk. It's not his. Not anymore, at least. You decide what you do with your quirk. Don't you get it? As soon after, he began having memories of his past on the words that his mother says, that he can't be tied down by his lineage. As his flames began engulfing himself, as everyone feels the flames all around him, Izuku steps back. As he begins falling and tripping, Jin soon comes up behind him saying, well, looks like you did it. You saved Todoroki, Izuku. Saying, Jin. As he looks onto his side and sees Pyra, as she's saying, you really are an idiot. You know that? As Izuku begins laughing, saying, you sound like Mithra when you say that, Pyra. As saying, I'm not joking. You could have got yourself hurt, or possibly even worse. As saying, sorry I worried you. But now, let's end this. As saying, good. So you're now taking this seriously? Yeah. Let's show him the real fight, Todoroki. As saying, I couldn't agree more. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And sorry about the cliffhanger. I didn't want the script to be too long, so yeah. At any rate, like and subscribe, which helps out my channel. This is Mooky, signing out. Later.